Hello again. Long time since I've made a video. It's been a couple of weeks. Very hot weather, which I've decided discretion is the better part of valour. Kept myself inside, tried to keep cool. Plus I've also been on holiday. Now, where have I been on holiday? Well, spiritual home of Pashley bicycles, Stratford-upon-Avon. So I'm on the Pashley now, giving it a bit of a ride around Lancaster's historic Quay area, which is an old industrial area. Not exactly a hidden gem, it's quite obvious from the main road, but it's probably an underappreciated area. On the right hand side there, the Maritime Museum, the old customs house. That's well worth a visit if you're in the area. And there's also a couple of pubs, higgledy-piggledy 18th century houses, warehouses converted to flats, all sorts, you name it. But yeah, nothing's really changed on the bike. It's pretty much as is. Action camera though, had it bolted, well, clamped onto the handlebars, and it didn't off make a racket. Every vibration from the tyres, through the chain, from the crank, just buzzed out anything. You couldn't hear me speaking, so I've had to record the audio separately. So hence it sounds a little bit odd. I put a bit of background noise in just to make it sound like I'm actually somewhere, but on the whole it's yeah, me sat in front of the computer narrating, so it might sound a little bit strange. Just squeeze past these people. That bridge there is an old railway bridge, believe it or not, now part of the cycle paths. And the Millennium Bridge here, I bet you can't best guess when that were made, is very popular, always being used. It's one of the few crossings really of the River Lune in Lancaster. The others being a very busy ex-railway bridge that's now a road bridge one way, and the old 1700s bridge going the other way with a very narrow footpath on either side. But yeah, here we go, across the river and onto the cycle path. The Millennium Bridge is actually pretty much on the site of an old Roman bridge, and of course there are Roman ruins up behind the priory. You can make out where the bathhouse was of the old Roman fort, which was situated roughly in the area of the castle. I'm going to stop in a minute and give you a view of the quay, otherwise I'll catch this fellow up on his bike. Yeah, find a suitable place where we're not just looking at bushes, where there's a bit of a gap. Here we go. Let him get away. That's better, no trees in the way. Before Liverpool was even a twinkle in a Scouser's eye, all this was a dock. Lancaster was Lancashire's main dock. You got the customs house in the middle there, which is now the wonderful Maritime Museum. The rest of the buildings, the tall ones, old warehouses. The problem that Lancaster had, the River Lune used to silt up. It really is deep, nasty, sticky mud. And as ships got bigger and needed more draft, yeah, they couldn't really do it anymore. So, yeah, anyway, back to the holiday. I was so glad the week prior to going I'd managed to fix the air conditioning in the car. It would have been so uncomfortable travelling down in that heat. You're talking like the weather forecast saying 32 degrees centigrade, but it was much hotter on the motorway, in the car with the sun coming through the window, the heat radiating from the tarmac and from all the metal panels on the car. It was still quite uncomfortable even with the aircon, but yeah, at least we weren't frazzled when we got there. Stratford-on-Avon, a very nice place. I'd recommend visiting. Very lot about Shakespeare, as you'd expect. So yeah, it was a lovely, quiet little town. This bit where we go from the road to the cycle path usually smells of wild garlic, but for some reason on this day it smelt of celery. Very strange. I don't know what wild plants grow there that smell of celery, might have to investigate. But yeah, again, under another railway bridge, and on we go. Loon to the left, and yeah, it's a very often used cycle track this. Throughout daylight hours, there's always people on jogging, walking, cycling, people on electric scooters, mobility scooters, you name it. You even get people tearing up and down here on motocross bikes, which really is to be frowned upon. They shouldn't really be doing it. It's dangerous with the amount of kids and dog walkers and such like. Yeah, I didn't manage to look at any Pashley cycles or go on a factory tour or anything like that. I don't think my wife would have enjoyed it. But yeah, good old holiday down there, and it's a good base for going other places as well. If only it was about at least 5-6 degrees cooler, it would have been very nice indeed. But as it was quite uncomfortable, to be honest. But at least I got away. You know, a lot of people aren't managing to get away this year. For those that prefer going to Spain and such places, I'd say explore England. It's got a lot to offer. Well, explore Britain, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, the Isle of Man. Lots of places you can go without having to mess about locking yourself up for 2 weeks when you get back. That's that little signpost there points us down. That track eventually gets us to Snatchums and that area. Plenty of wildlife usually around here, sometimes of the four-legged ratty variety, but you do get some squirrels, lots of bird life, not only seagulls and crows, but yeah, a lot of other songbirds and such like, butterflies, all sorts of insects that you tend to end up swallowing half of them or getting them in your eye. Yeah, I'd recommend wearing glasses on this part and keeping your mouth closed. You always get one or two, at least. Pretty bad when there's a cloud of them. I got covered in green fly once. That was, yeah, not nice. It looked like yeah, every part of me were moving with little flies. It's leisure centre to the left about here. What's this strange contraption here? It's funny, electric scooter with big fat tyres. One of those strange things. I'm not sure those are particularly legal to ride, but none of my business. Didn't seem to be getting in anyone's way. You often get horses up and down here as well, with the resultant horse-laid landmines that you have to swerve around. Especially when you've got no mud guards. Just coming up to the supermarket, so yeah, I'll have to bid you farewell. Thanks for watching and putting up with this, even though the audio's a bit poor. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully the next video will look and sound a lot better. Thank you.